bells are. They chime. Bells chimes. They go ding dong. Somebody at the door.
He wears these weird clothes and he talks like this a lot. And
he's married to Princess Diana. He plays polo. He rides horses. He
lies and his nose gets bigger and he's sad.
He goes, hey, Fred, and Fred goes, yabba dabba doo, and it's that kind of thing. And they swung from the vines and he yelled, ah! And
Let's talk. Whether the subject is Margaret Thatcher, false teeth, or London Bridge, it's something you'll hear about when we all play Talk About. And here's the man who has everybody talking, Wayne Cox.
Hi, Jim. That makes me want to put my store-boughts right back up there, right? Welcome to Talk About. This is where we ask contestants to talk about people, places, and things, and the more they talk, the better their chances of winning. So let's meet the people who'd love to win on today's show. We have our champs going into their grand game. Jillian and Michelle hesitating to come out here against our champions. I don't blame you. These fellas are red hot. So Lori McLeod and Todd Donnelly, you've won 4 games already. You're heading into game number 5. And around here, if we have champs that win 5 games, then we retire them as grand champions. And along with that goes the grand game jackpot that now stands at well over $5,000 in prizes that goes along with the cash-in prizes you've already won, which totals $5,000 right now. Lori, talk about Todd.
my good friend Todd is a microbiologist and he likes classic cars.
Oh, yeah. All right. Todd, talk about Lori.
This is Lori. He loves to go to the arena and watch hockey games, and also he loves to go on long walks and hiking and all that great outdoor activity stuff.
You ever walked so far that you found you're so far you had to take a cab back?
Yeah, actually, I did do that once. Actually, a bus.
A bus you took back. I always wondered that about walkers. They're having a good time until they realize, right? All right, well, good luck, champs. As I say, you got 4 games under your belt. This is the biggie. This is the grand game. You might take it all, but meet these 2 people, all right? Say hi to Jillian Klee and Michelle Hogue. Welcome to both of you. Now, Jillian, you're the captain. Talk about Michelle.
Michelle is a friend of mine. I've known her for about 3 years. She's a legal secretary. We used to work together, and she likes to do aerobics.
Legal secretary. Now, that's the person who does all the work but doesn't get all the pay. Isn't that it?
Absolutely.
Have I got that right, Michelle?
Perfect.
Yeah.
So our bosses can hear.
Yeah, I'll say it. We'll name names in a minute if you want. Michelle, talk about the captain here.
Well, Jillian is also a legal secretary. She comes from a large family, and she's also a twin.
Oh, yeah. All right. Did you have an identical twin?
No, fraternal.
Oh, yeah. That's fun, then, eh? Yeah. All right. Well, good luck to you. Now that we've met our players, it is time to talk about other subjects. And for each, we have a list of 10 words that we think people might use. Now, while one team is isolated, the other team will talk. And every time they say one of our words, well, we put a point in the pot and remove that word from the list the other team will see. 15 points wins our game. We always start a brand new game with our champions doing the talking. So Lori and Todd will start to talk. Ladies, I'll ask you to walk that way. Put the headphones on. Do some listening. We have some recorded music there so they can't hear what our champs are about to talk about because they got to come out here and try and guess. Well, here we go. This is it. You ever think you'd be standing here in the grand game, huh?
We thought about it, but we didn't think it would happen.
Well, now you're here, so let's see how you do. Good luck to both of you. You've been great champions. What would you like to talk about in this, the grand game? Like to talk about time, T-I-M-E, or computers? And who'd like to talk first?
Okay.
Let's talk about time.
All right. Wayne will talk about time, and Todd will talk first.
Todd talks first. This has been the strategy over the games. Todd usually takes to the mark first. You ready to go, Todd? 20 seconds. Talk about time.
Time is what everyone lives by. There's 24 hours. You live by hours, minutes, and there's father time, and time happens at New Year's. You bring in a new year. There's time. Watches keep time. Calendars keep time. Time is something that you live by. You wake up at a certain time in the morning. You go to work at a certain time in the morning. It's lunchtime.
Your time is up. Yeah. We give credit for forms of a word. You said watches. Our word was watch, so we give you credit for that word. All right, Lori, there are still 7 clue words up on the board. The more clue words you get off the board, the tougher it is for your opponents to guess what you're talking about. Lori, you have 20 seconds. Talk about time.
Time is seconds, and there's time is a tell time on a clock on watches, and you watches time is father time in digital clocks, and time is numbers, and it goes up to 12 hours, days, month, years is time, and it's a period of amount of time, and it's a period. It's a definite amount of time. Time is you read time and time.
Okay. Good job. You got 6 clue words representing 6 points. Do you get to hang on to those 6 points? We're going to find out right now because we're going to get your opponents out here to do some guessing, rather, and see if they can put some points up on the board. Your first chance to do so. You could take the lead in this, the grand game for our champs. Tell me what they're talking about. From these words, they didn't say machine, measure, money, flies, 6 points. What do you say?
Pony Express?
No, it's time. Yeah. Time, and the 6 points go to our champs. Oh, the time machine. And you measure time, and time is money. Time flies like it's doing right now, and we're going to have to take a break right now with our score 6-0, 15 for a victory in this, the grand game for our champs. Will the champs hang on? Will the challengers come back? We're going to find out right after we take this break. Coming back.
Experience the fast-paced action of television's popular game show with Pressman's home version of Talk About. Now available at a toy store near you. Let's get back to Wayne Cox.
Welcome back. This is the grand game for our champions. They have won 4 games so far, and if they win 5, we retire them as grand champs, and they take home the jackpot and all the loot. And let's see how this game is shaping up. We have scores up on the board, and look at this. Champs have 6 points up there. They strike first. Todd and Lori, good going. 6 on the way to 15 and a possible victory, but the ladies are waiting for their chance to talk and maybe put some points on the board. So Jillian and Michelle, come on out here and do some talking. Champs, put the headphones on, do some listening, and this is the time you can even things up or maybe take the lead, but I have to apologize to you. I don't want you to get any trouble when you go back to work by saying that the legal secretary does all the work and doesn't get all the money. I'm sure you just, I'll give you a chance to say hi to the boss or something to make up for it, because those were my words, not your words, all right? Did you want to say, you can say hello if you want.
Hi, Tom. Hi,
Tom? Not Mr. Tom? You're on first name basis?
I've worked for him for at least 2 months.
Yeah. Any lawyer I ever dealt with, I had to call him Your Excellency. Now, I don't know. You get to call him Tom. I don't. All right. Well, as long as things are all right at the office, are they? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get back to the game and see if we can put some points on the board and, hey, maybe win some money and some great prizes along the way. What would you like to talk about? Like to talk about Aquarius or fire hydrants? Aquarius or fire hydrants? Who would like to talk first?
We're going to talk about fire hydrants, and Michelle will go first.
All right. I'll warn you now, if they should come out and they guess hydrants or fire plug, we're going to give it to them. Okay, you still want to go with fire hydrants?
Yep.
Good. Okay, and Michelle, you're going first?
You bet.
Good. All right, step to the line.
Okay.
Okay, away we go. So you can put some points on the board here. Michelle, you have 20 seconds. Talk about fire hydrants.
Fire hydrants, they're a red metal object. You find them on the street corners. They're, you can't park 10 feet away. You got to park 10 feet away from the fire hydrant. They're red, they're metal. They're, the water comes from the fire trucks coming. You hook your hose up when you go to fires. Firemen use these fire hydrants. Dogs like fire hydrants. They're red, and they're on the side of the streets.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Sure, you laugh when she said dog, but it was on our list. I got news. All right, Jillian, why don't you come over here? We give credit for forms of a word. I think you said park, and our word was parking. Form of a word, so you get credit for it, yeah. All right, Jillian, 5 your partner got, 5 left behind. Sweep the board. It's 10 points. You take the lead in a $500 cash bonus. 20 seconds, Jillian. Talk about fire hydrants.
Fire hydrants are on the ground. They're red and they're round and they're on the ground. You can't park close to them. And the firemen come, or people from the city, and they put their hoses and they put out fires with them. They use them for the water from the city coming up from underground, and they're red, and dogs like them, and you plug a hose into them, and cars can't park near them, and if you run into them, it splits, and there's a big flood in the city, and water's all over the place, and big spouts of fountains of water come out of them.
You leave it at 5. You're not speaking from experience there. You haven't actually leveled one of those, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. You're the one. Oh, no.
Tom did it.
Tom. Oh, man, you're in more trouble than I got you in. Let's get the champs out here and see if they can pull down 5 points. Laurie and Todd, this won't give you the game, but it'll give you a nice lead. It'll give you 11 points if you can steal these 5 points away. There are 5 clue words they didn't say. You're going to get to look at them. If you can tell me what they're talking about, you get the 5 points. Here are the words: pressure, attach, curb, yellow, zone. 5 points.
Tire. Pressure attached. Parking. We're going to say parking.
Close. Fire hydrants. And the 5 points go to the challengers. Sure, there's pressure. It's under pressure. Some of them are yellow, some are red, and the zone went with a no parking zone where you have a fire hydrant and that kind of thing. Whew. You got it. You got the 5 points. Walk that way, ladies. 6-5 our score in this very important game for Laurie and Todd, because this could be the game that makes them grand champs. Good luck to you. Important round we're going into right now. What would you like to talk about, gentlemen? Would you like to talk about geometry or waffles? And who'd like to go first?
Geometry, because it can be either algebra or calculus or anything.
Okay. We'll talk about geometry, and Todd will talk.
And Todd goes first again. Okay, Todd. 6-5 our score. 15 for a victory. 20 seconds. Talk about geometry.
Geometry is a subject at school. Pythagoras, isosceles triangles. There's circles and squares and rectangles and shapes and different. It's a subject at school. It has to do with math. Sides of triangles. Hypotenuse. There's a radius of a circle. There's isosceles. Pythagoras' theorem. There's all sorts of things at school. Kids hate it.
5 you got. 5 left behind. Well done, Todd. A good start on it. Okay, Laurie. Still 5 clue words left up on the board. You want to get as many clue words off the board as you can, because they're going to come back and try and guess. 20 seconds, Laurie. Talk about geometry.
There's shapes and cubes and angles, and there's shapes, and there's a square, rectangle, triangles, and sharp curves, and math and trigonometry is geometry, and you learn it in school, in high school, in elementary school, and kindergarten. Kids like geometry. It's a school, a subject, and math, and kids do it, and geometry is shapes and circles and sizes and squares and lines and measures, and geometry is A's and B's and X's and...
Hoi! 7 you got. Woo! Man, that's a tough subject. Not only in school, right on the show. Yeah. Laurie and Todd, let's see if you can hang on to those points. 7 points up for grabs. Let's see if Jillian and Michelle can steal these away. 5 points you got. 7 would give you a nice lead in this game, but first you have to steal those points away. Here are the words they didn't say. There are 3 of them. Sine, problems, tangent. 7 points.
Mathematical, maybe?
What do you say?
Say arithmetic?
Geometry. Yeah, geometry. Points go to the champs. 13 points. 13-5. Yeah, sine and the tangent and oh my, yeah. Well, we got a game going now. We got a score of 13-5, 15 for a victory, and look out. Will our champs be grand champs and retire with all that loot? We're going to find out right after we take this break. Coming back.
If you've ever thought about joining us as a Talk About contestant, well, let us know. We're always looking for contestants to play our game. You and your teammate will find the Talk About is exciting, challenging, and the rewards can be big cash prizes and valuable merchandise. So if you live in the Vancouver area or if you're planning an extended visit, write us at Talk About, 626 West Pender, Vancouver, BC, B6B 1V9.
Will the challengers stage a comeback? We're going to find out right after we take this break. Welcome back. We got a dandy going. It's the grand game for our champs, and it is a challenger's turn to talk. So, gentlemen, with your 13 points, walk that way. Oh, ladies, with your 5 points, see if you can add to that. Keep in the game here. 13-5 our score, 15 for a victory. What would you like to talk about? Would you like to talk about Alaska or Tonto? And who'd like to go first? Alaska or Tonto? What do you think?
We're going to talk about Alaska, and Michelle will go first.
All right, Michelle. Step right up.
Okay, come on.
If you're ready to go, 20 seconds. Talk about Alaska.
Okay, Alaska. It's cold. It's in the United States of America. It's cold. It's Alaska. It's one of the 50. It's one of the states in the U.S. It's in the North Pole, South Pole. It's really cold. There's Eskimos live in Alaska. It's really cold. It's the United States of America. There's probably greenery there. People live there. There's Alaska. There's the polar. There's water that surrounds it.
3 you got. Well, Jillian, come on over here. All right. 7 clue words still up on the board. All right. The more clue words you get off the board, the tougher it is for your opponents to guess. 20 seconds. Talk about Alaska.
Alaska's with ice. There's polar bears. There's Alaskan cruises. It's white. It's ice. It's cold. It's up in the north. There's lots of animals up there. There's Eskimos and igloos and people that live there. Nobody lives there. It's too cold. And it's cold and water surrounds it. And it's up in the north. And I forget the water that surrounds it. And it's white. And there's ice flows. And there's rivers. And it's cold. And there's Eskimos. And
Oh, my. Yeah. Boy, oh, boy. 3 clue words you got off the board. You got 5 points. This will give you 8. However, they have 13 points. If they steal these 3 points away, we're going to have to say so long, and they will be grand champs. Take with them our grand game jackpot. Let's get them out here, see how they do. Lori and Todd, our champs, look at this. 3 points up for grabs. You steal these 3 points away, you will retire as our grand champions, all right? If not, we play another round because the ladies will get to hang on to these points. If you're all set to go, here are the words they didn't say. Tell me what they're talking about. Snow, Anchorage, oil, pipeline, Valdez, Bering, gold, 3 points.
Wayne, we think it's Alaska.
It's Alaska! Yeah. Grand champs right here. Our grand champions, yeah, Lori and Todd, winners of 5 games. Well done, gentlemen and ladies. Oh, we do have a nice parting gift for you, a home edition of Talk About from the Pressman people. And all this applause from our studio audience. Well, stand back, gentlemen, because our champions retire as grand champs. You realize you had already accumulated $5,000 in cash and prizes along the way. Now you also pick up our grand game jackpot that stood at $5,300 for a grand total so far of $10,300 in cash and prizes. And you haven't finished yet? No, it's not over yet. No, boy. We still have the vault open. We still have the till clanging around because you get to go to the bonus round one more time where you might pick up an additional $2,000 and maybe a great prize to add to that. So stand by. Our grand champs aren't quite retired yet. We still have the bonus round, and that's coming up right after we do this.
If you are going to be in or around the Vancouver area and would like to be a member of our Talk About studio audience, we would love to have you here to join in the fun and maybe take home a door prize. For ticket information, this is all you have to do. Write to us at Talk About. The address is 626 West Pender, Vancouver, BC, V6B 1B9. Once again, that's Talk About, 626 West Pender, Vancouver, BC, V6B 1B9. Now, there's lots more to talk about with your hosts, Wayne Cox.
Lori McLeod and Todd Donnelly are grand champs. And just before we retire our grand champs after 5 victories, one more trip to the bonus round, another chance to possibly take home $2,000 in cash and maybe a great prize, one that Dean Hill's going to tell us about right now. Dean?
Lori and Todd, for your last bonus round, a great choice. This Whirlpool microwave oven combines these innovative features to make your cooking easier. Quick defrost, auto sensor, and a keep warm setting keeps food ready until you're ready to eat. From Whirlpool. Or Martin Lawrence Gallery's beautiful limited edition Serigraph Odyssey by Takara. It's numbered and hand-signed by the artist and available at Martin Lawrence Galleries. Wayne, back to you.
That was a tough choice. What do you think, Vince?
Go for the Odyssey print.
For the prints, all right, here's how you might win that print and some money. While one of you is waiting in the isolation booth, your partner has 20 seconds in which to talk about a subject. This time, you earn $100 for every word you guess, and each word also earns a second for your teammate in an attempt to double your money and win that beautiful print. What would you like to talk about? And this is your final bonus round. Would you like to talk about Old MacDonald or burps?
You want to talk about
Old MacDonald or burps?
Okay, I'll talk about it.
We'll talk about Old MacDonald
Sure.
and Todd will talk.
Todd's going to talk. Lori gets the door, all right? Put the headphones on. Turn around when I give you the signal. You know the routine by now. Here we go. Last and your final bonus round. Todd, go out in a blaze of glory for us, all right?
Yeah.
You get all 10 words here in the bonus round. You pick up that $2,000 in that print. If you're all set to go, Todd, 20 seconds, talk about Old MacDonald.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. He was a man in a fictional character, on a cartoon character. It was a play, it was a nursery rhyme. There's cows and chickens and ducks and horses and pigs. They made lots of sounds, clucks and neighs, and there was dogs and cats, and he was a man. He was a farmer. He owned a barn.
What do you got? Sure. Let's get Lori to turn around. Cover those over. There's $400 as it stands right now. Here are the words you didn't say. Do you think your partner will say just one of those in the 4 seconds you've earned? If so, you double your money and you also take home the prints. What do you think? What would you like to do, Todd? What do you want to do?
We're gonna risk it.
He's going to gamble. He's gambling. Yeah. Let's go, Lori. You're going to gamble your way right out the door here. All right, Todd was able to pick up 4 clue words representing 4 seconds. Lori, you have 4 seconds. Talk about Old MacDonald.
Cow, chicken, moo, cluck.
Moo, you got it! Yeah! Let's go out big. Sure. You go out big. Well done, guys. Oh, my. Well, you had your previous winnings. You just doubled your money of $800. You pick up that print. And, of course, we have the home edition of Talk About, all right, from the Pressman people. And I'm telling you, we have that plus our grand game jackpot that includes camping gear, golf clubs, television, watches, dishwashers, a whole lot more, totaling over $5,000 for a grand total of $12,300 in cash and prizes. Congratulations. Good job, guys. Todd, well done. Lori, well done. Yeah, good job. Wow, what a way to end it. I want to tell you, we here at Talk About, going to take a little break for a bit, give our staff a well-earned vacation. And while we're gone, we ask you at home to enjoy some of our favorite episodes. When we come back to this studio, we'll have new teams, brand new games, and sure hope you'll be here too. And just in closing, I think we'll call a few people up here who are behind the scenes just to say bye-bye for this season. Keith, you're here. Nance, come on up. Mark Maxwell Smith, our creator. Come on up, Mark. Who else is coming up here? Bernie and Ross. Everybody's here. Yeah, and Dean Hill, our announcer. See you later.
Our Talk About Grand Champs could win Academy Broadway, products designed for carefree outdoor fun, including dome tent, nylon sleeping bags, double wide air mattress, and travel packs from Academy Broadway. Or DeLonghi brings a touch of Italy to your home with their espresso cappuccino maker. Perfect from the first cup in the morning to the finale of a great dinner. Furnished by DeLonghi. Or the Ingles Superb Dishwasher featuring 6 cycles and delay wash. One of a complete line of home appliances from Ingles. Ingles, the standard of excellence in home appliances.